on behalf of Delhi Meeting Coordinating Committee, would like to welcome to all of you for today's very important press conference. In fact, we all know that after the last 2.5 years of violence in Manipur, this time is a very relative peace in Manipur. But in this point of time, in the last week, on 28th August 2025, a book called The People, published by People Union for Civil Liberties, a report on independent people's tribunal on the ongoing ethnic conflict in Manipur. This book was published in the last week, so we are actually responding to this book. During the press conference, we have from our side, the Liberty Coordinating Committee, we have asked some certain questions to the panel member. Our question was that why Manipur conflict was actually allowed to continue for more than 2.5 years. That was another question. We have not been answered on that day, and the panel member had already said that you please read the book and then you will know. We have already studied this book page by page, word by word, and after observing this book, we felt that this book is being written with a prejudice, one-sided, bias, and also a very politically motivated book. So that's why we felt that we need to actually, tell to the all over to the people in this country and also people who are part of the panel members of the People's Tribunal to understand and why we are opposing this book. So we will. That is why we are calling this press conference. Before we start our presentation, we would like to start with some videos, documents, which actually will the media people will really see that how the violence was started from the Shorchampur and the Bishenpur area, Tolbung and Tangbai, and it is not from Imphal. So this book, executive summary, clearly said that the violence started from Imphal, but we wanted to show to the proof that the violence was not started from Imphal. It was started from Tolbung area, which is the border with Bishenpur and Chorchampur area. So the video number one. Please see this video very carefully, and we will see that. This video in this Tolbung area, after this protest was actually organized on 3rd May 2023 by the tribal students group for saying that they are protest against the High Court recommendation, and they said that the Manipur, maybe the report of the survey report of the social economic condition of the Meitei to be submitted by the government to the central government. After that, this protest was organized. So please continue this video. Sound. Please pause on the video again with the arm AK-47 rifle one. Please pause in that video. Stop. Yeah, please see this video very carefully. This is not a student. So this protest was organized in the name of peaceful protest. But here, the armed militant was involved, and they are coming with the full uniform, with the combat dress, and this is in the Tolbung area around 250. And unfortunately, this book never mentioned about this person. They have not tried to identify who is this person, and they have not even actually find any person. They have not tried to identify this person, and this 692 pages book have not talking about the indication of the person who they are. We suspect that they are from the Kuki armed militant group under the suspension operation, but they have not report. But we believe that the Supreme Court appointed committee of the committee to investigate the report, they will identify it. Even though the bias report has not revealed this identity, the Supreme Court appointed Nama Commission will actually reveal this identity. Next video. Unfortunately, this video was actually like the book also says that that was a peaceful protest. But after that, after that, this gun looting is also happened in Chochampo. So they were full prepared at that point of time, and it was actually looting from the gun house in from Chochampo in the daylight. The third. Please, this video. He is a very senior person. He went to us to meet to one of his relatives, and this person is very beaten up on the third May. This video was actually viral to everyone. Actually, we at that point of time we were living in Delhi, and we saw this video first, and the old man was beaten up brutally by by the cookie gundas, and there is no report of about these videos. This is the proof that how this hurt the sentiment of the Meitei community. It says that I will kick you 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. I will kill you. I will do anything. This is what it says. Next. So this is the voice of the mother crying that their house are being burned in Chochampo. Please save us. There is no one to save us. So he was actually crying. It's on the third May in Chochampo. So she was crying by seeing the house were burned even in the night. So this is how the violence was started. He says that there is no one to help the Maiten community. So there's no one to help here. This is the daylight. So in the Toru area, after the protest was organized in the Soltampo, the thousands of people come forward with AK-47 rifles, and they started attacking the Toru area and Kangbai area. And the person was saying that there was no one to save us. This is not a movie video. This is a real video how the violence started. It also says that police was not helping the Maltese. They were not doing anything else. It says that next video. Look, in this video, they were saying that the police were not doing any action against the perpetrators of the violent attack. So they were saying that police was not doing. Look at these police commandos. They are not helping anything. But in this report, it says that the Meitei police. So they said that the state government and the police were helping the Meitei. Look at how the police was helpless when the last number of people came and they attacked. Police was not doing. That is how the problem of the violence was started. Interestingly, there the PUCL report, they said that their book was based on the testimonies given by the victim survivors. Interestingly, in this book, there is a chapter called the how the violence was started. Of course, They have documented about the 8 testimonies from the Meitei community, and all of them have clearly said that at around 2:50, they were informed that after the rally from Sosanpu side, large number of people are coming, and they are coming, they are going to attack you. They were surprised. They did not know what to do. And then it is not very far from Sochampur town to this Tormung area, maybe around 10 minutes. So large number of people came and they suddenly started attacking to them. They did not know why they were attacked. This was testified by 8 testimonies in this book. And after that, in Pabakchau, another adjoining village, 12 survivors also said that they came and attacked at around 3 o'clock. But the book concluded that violence was started from Imphal. So that means they have already prejudice in their mind. They don't read about their book. They don't read about their testimonies. Rather, they only took the views from the other side. So we try to find out that why, from where they are taking this. There's only 2 statements in this book from the officer from Assam Rifle. In their testimony, the Assam Rifle officer said that violence was started from Imphal. So that means we all know that the Assam Rifles were not neutral. They were actually siding to the Kuki armed militant and other. We all know that. But even in this report, Assam Rifle officer clearly said that the violence started from Imphal. So we suspect that probably they actually quote from from the Assam Rifle, not from the survivor. That means they are not relying to their own documents. In fact, many of the testimonies of the Kuki people, they said that the violence in Imphal was actually started around 7:30 or 8:30. So one person said that they heard about the violence in Chochampur at 5 o'clock, and then 7:30, then people come and attack. So that is how, with their own book, it clearly testifies that violence was started from from Chochampur border with in Tolvung area, Kangbai, but not from Imphal. But we wanted to ask the question that why they wanted to say that violence started from Imphal, just to actually demonize one particular community, that is Meitei. This is one we wanted to submit to all of you in the first. Second, look, they are justifying in the book that the violence was actually because of the because of the burning of the tire in this gate, controversial gate. Look, this said that it was because of burning of the tire, but we only see that it is burning of the tire is an iron gate. So this gate is still standing right now. There was no actually, this gate, iron gate, could not be, destroyed by tiring wire. But they blame that this was done by the Meitei group. Nobody knew that who did that. Some other people also said that this might have been done by those forces who wanted to attack Meitei to provoke the Kuki community. Because this is not in Imphal area. This is in the Suchampur area where the Kukis are in majority. So we are still asking that how any person will go and burn. Even though if some people miscreant, anybody try to burn the house, they could have already filed a case to the police, but they did not do. Rather, they mobilize and then they come out and attack the toll room. So we actually suspect that this is not the reason for the violence. Maybe this is a pre-planned attack. This is a pre-planned attack. But unfortunately, in this book, they have written about that they have justified the violence. They have quoted the statement of the old tribal student Asum's statement, try to actually justify that why the violence occurred. So they have written, they have not started from the violence, how the violence was started. So the problem where we actually identified that even though their facts are there, they have interpreted to their own agenda. They have not actually interpreted with a honesty and the integrity. Rather, they wanted to fit the facts with their own agenda. That is why before they write about the violence, they have justified around 7 pages that why the violence was occurred. This is how it was started. So still, we don't know who has done. We still also don't know that who has burned this gate. It is actually nobody has done. Nobody has actually revealed the report about this. Who burned this gate? There are rumors, but in this book again, it has said that the Aramai Temple member and the police were standing. But in this video, nobody has seen because there was no report. If anybody coming and burning, then somebody might have taken photographs or evidence or anything. They don't know, but only their community members were standing there. So we actually ask that for proper investigation in this also they cannot justify only in the name of burning this that they cannot justify attack on the Meitei community with that. The the question is they have also written about in the book the number of churches were burned, the number of houses were burned, about the Meitei community and other. But they have not mentioned about how many temples have been burned during the last 25 months. In fact, there are more than 175 temples called Umang-like temples. It's a very important god for the Sanamai religion. 175 temples were burned after the 3rd May. Not only after the 3rd May, before the 3rd May also, on 27 April, they burned down one big temple. Like the violence was already started from 3rd May, before the 3rd May. So they have started attacking. So now we will also show you a very important and very like I say video. That this video was uploaded in April 2021, before 2 years before the violence started. This is at the Kaugru. I would like to explain to the larger audience that the Kaugru is a secret place of the Meitei. We believe that the Meiteis are originated from the Kaugru, and Kaugru cannot be separated from our life, death, birth, everything, because this is one of the very important goal. The place we worship this Kaugru Hills as our secret place. 2 years before Kuki, they have actually erected cross in that. This was not reported in the book. The cookie groups, they have already started attacking multiple in our ritual and the temples. Even in the 2015 also, they burned down Kundu Layambi in the protest against the IMP movement. This is actually uploaded by the Meitei population. Look at this, the Meitei are there, please, because this is not taken after the violence. After the violence, no Meitei are able to go there. But now, when they visited in the Kaufru Hills in the April, they have seen that they have destroyed, they have erected church. But this is not reported. This is not reported in Hurst and Sentinel of the Meitei community. They have restricted the Meitei community to visit for annual pilgrimage. Like this is like Amarnath Yatra for the Hindu community. It's a very secret place for the Meitei, but they did 2 years before. So these armed militant and the elites of the Kuki group, they were actually trying to provoke the Meitei sentiment for a very long time. But Meitei never actually tried to hurt them, because we believe that as a big brother, as a community, we always wanted to live together. But you will never find any case studies that Meitei burned down Kuki Church before the 3rd May. Please find out. You will never find out, because we believe in multi-plural society. We believe in all the religion. We respect that. But what the Kuki did, what the Kuki elite and the militant did 2 years before. So this actually, because of this, there are many Meitei who are actually love for their own religion. Everyone love. So they are actually hurt, and then of course some group of people like Arambai Chengo, they started to actually protect the religious sentiment or to protect the Sanamai religion maybe around 2020. They blame that they actually in this book they only blame the Arambai Kebo and the Meitei groups, but they never talk about the Kuki militants in the whole books. So that means they have selectively targeted the Meitei group, and they have selectively, consciously, conspicuously actually omitted the role of the Kuki armed militant group in this violence. This is one of the members of the Arambai Tengo leader. Look at this. Actually, he's holding bamboo. This is in the Favakchao village at around 4 o'clock. The Meitei did not have guns because we have already demonstrated all of you that the Kuki were coming with AK-47 rifles, with the uniform. But the Meitei, this group, they were with bamboo. It hurts the sentiment because we never thought that any community would have the courage to attack the Meitei because we always have love. We always wanted to live together. But suddenly, when they attacked the Meitei community, people were going here and there trying to defend themselves. This is the pictures of the Fubaksao. It happened around 4 o'clock. People were talking, they only talks about the looting of the arms in the Central Valley, and they're already talking about that targeted to one community. When the large number of people felt that we are under attack, then they need to defend themselves. Then how do they defend? How do they fight with the AK-47 rifle without with bamboo? Do they think that Meitei will die with the bullets of the AK-47 rifle? No. They don't know that Meitei is also a belief in the militia. They are a martial community. They believe with their own army. That is why the Manipur kingdom was able to defend for 5,000 years. They fought with Burmese. They fought with Chinese. They fought with any country as an organized military. But after the Anglo-Manipur War, the Manipuri army was demobilized by the British. And they have forgotten they are all concentrated on the religious life, on sports and culture. But no, Meitei are also have they are also the culture of like the military. So immediately within 2-3 days, thousands of youth have come forward and they are actually joining the Arambai Kengal and they defended money. That is how it was defended. When the it was not only in Chochampur area, it was also in Chochampur, it was also in More. More is the capital, More is the border town with Burma. And in the Kuki dominated area, in the night itself, more than 300 houses were burned down by the Kuki armed militant, and Assam Rifle members were in middle of the burning houses. They did not stop the people. The police did not stop the people. Not only that, in Kangkokpi area, Iko, around 6 o'clock in Kangkokpi district, the last village, Meitei village in the foothill, it was attacked. So they attacked 4 districts in the Meitei area from there. They were not attacking not only the Meitei, they also already burned down 16 forest offices on the 3rd May. Why? This, this needs to be answered. This needs to be understood by the people of this country and the media people that on the 3rd May, they burned down 16 forest offices. It started from 11:30 in the morning. They all the forest office in subdivision, forest office in the district, they all burned down. Why? Even in this book, one testimony clearly said that 3rd May protest was not only against the Meitei demanding scheduled tribe, it was against the eviction of the encroacher from the forest. Because we are trying to find out what is the anger. The anger was basically 4 reasons. Number one, the government of Manipur actually they have evicted the encroachers from the forest, not only to the Kuki community, but also all the community. In the last 5 years, they have evicted more Meitei. Meitei is the highest number of the victims of these evictions are Meitei. The Muslim houses were evicted, but Kavui houses were evicted. Not only the Kuki, but when the eviction comes to the place of the turn for the Kuki group, they said that they attack on the tribal rights. So that means we don't actually justify or deny. They might have some problem or any procedure lapses with the state government. We have no comment on that. But forest has to be protected. We strongly believe that forest is actually for the humanity, not for the Kuki, not for the Meitei, not for the community. Forest has to be protected. If there are any encroachment in the forest, then eviction is required. But if they have some problem, they can complain to the state government why they attack the Meitei community. Because forest eviction was not done by the Meitei, it was done by the state government. It was done by the state government. And state government is not only the Meitei. They are in this book, they always blame the state government, but they forgot to mention that in the Biren Singh cabinet, there are 10 MLAs supported them. There are 2 cabinet ministers from the Kuki community. But they always communalize the state government. They communalize the police in this. Of course, they have some problem with the police. Every citizen has every right to protest against the state. But why they attack the Meitei community is a bigger question. This is the bigger question. The government tried to actually identify the illegal immigrants who came from Burma. But they said that no survey should be done. Some of the people wanted to, actually, there are around 975 forests, new villages. They are applying for recognition from the government, from the Manipur state government. It clearly shows that new villages have been coming up in the last 50 years. All villages have been recognized by the government, but there are some procedures that new villages has to be recognized by the government. There are nearly 950 new villages are still seeking for the recognition by the state government. That means new villages are coming up, new people are coming up. Then it is the responsibility of the state government to actually identify who comes from the Burma or Bangladesh or any other, like foreigner. So this is also one factor. Then, and another most important factor is the government actually withdraw the suspension of operation, SOO, with the Kuki armed militant group. The government of Manipur saying that why the government of Manipur, government of India should have a dialogue or suspension of operation with the militant organization led by Burmese. That there are 2 Burmese from Burma who was the leader of that 2 organization. So government says that we should not negotiate or talk with the militant organization who actually is actually headed by the foreign national. The Amit Shah and the BJP government, they don't negotiate with the terrorist organization or militant organization, but why they are negotiating with that? So there are 3-4 measures which the government have taken, and again another factor is war against the drug. War against drug. When the people of Manipur or government is saying that drug is problem for everyone, it is not particularly targeting to any one particular community. So, but problem is whenever there is a issues coming off of like illegal drive or trying to identify the foreigners or trying to protect the forest or trying to protect money from the illegal poppy plantation. Some elite group who are benefited from this, they thought that it is actually danger for the, and they decided to attack the Meitei community, and that is how the problem was started. That is the one view or reality of this, how the conflict was started. Even in this book, they have mentioned all these sequences. It's not that they have not written. They have written about the withdrawal of suspension operation They have written about the eviction drive, but in the conclusion, they have not taken account of the views of the government. They have not taken account of the views of the communities. They have not taken account of the views of the other community. They only have taken account only what the sectarian forces or some community member are saying. That is also a problem. So that is how, in this book, they actually frame the context and what happened in a very different manner with their own prejudice. That is why this book became a problem. In another section, there is also a very important section called hatred campaign. But in this hatred campaign, the author of this book and the people and they have put all the initiatives of trying to identify illegal immigrants as a hate campaign. Say, for example, even the governor, Manipur governor visited Burma, visited in the border town, and there was a report that the governor was saying that there is also a possibility of illegal infiltration from Burma, narcotics, and drug trafficking. That was said by a governor, but that was framed within the hate campaign. So this book says that the governor was saying official record with the official record as part of the hate campaign. Can you believe this? Can you frame this? They are blaming the government. The government have not taken any action. But when the governor visited Mori and she said that there is always a possibilities of infiltration from the border because it's a porous border, and we have to take actions or measures to check the infiltration. And they said that it is a sign of a hate campaign. One tribal group, other group, also the one students group, like there is called 5 students organization. The MSU, MSF, DESAM, all the student organization, they have submitted a memorandum to the governor and saying that there is because there war is going on in Burma, and so there is a possibility of infiltration or, the other people coming from the border, please check the memorandum. But that also put within the framework of the hate campaign whatever initiative to check out with under the constitution mandate to identify, can it be as a part of the hate campaign? But they have written in this book within the context headline of hate campaign. So that is why this book can only be framed with a prejudice and politicized mindset. I'm sorry to say that there are around very prominent people, independent member. These are one of the most respected anthropologists, retired Supreme Court judge, professor from the Delhi University. Very respectable people are there. But why they have done such kind of blunder in this report? Why they have not checked it? So it's simply like, they are actually doing some kind of hate campaign, against a particular community. Again, in another fourth framework, I will not elaborate. Think our sister Elizabeth will highlight. Even in the report, there are around 17 images of atrocities committed by the victims of the kuki victims. Their photographs are being published here. So it is, but there is no any photograph of the Meitei victims. For a own record, 180 people have been killed, and 34 people have been missing. Where they are? They are not killed by Jango. They were killed by the Kuki militant. But there is no report about that. There is no photographs about that. Please show some of the atrocities the way Kuki militant have committed against the Meitei. We don't want to show this, but we have to prove that the Meiteis are equally victim of this war. So these are the pictures. They kill and they release the photograph to provoke the Meitei community to continue the war. And no report, no photographs in this book of this page number 692 page, not a single photograph. And they have written about yes, of course, we feel the pain of being any Kuki civilian being killed in Imphal or any places. But this report, this pucl and all the parents, they are not part of the conflict directly. They are the neutral people. The People's Tribunal, independent. What is the meaning of independent? People's Tribunal. So independent people tribunal is supposed to be an independent mind just to try to find out how these two communities are fighting, killing each other, how this has been going on. It is not that only around out of 60,000 people living, languishing in the relief camp, only cookies are there. More than 20,000 Maitis are living there. More than 5,000 houses have been burned down. But they don't actually put all these things. So that is why we are saying that it's a one-sided narrative. It is a one-sided narrative of the report they have been published. In another important sector, they also wrote about the theory that the only tribal community should have the exclusive ownership of the 90% of the Manipur land. For the viewers in this whole, like Manipur is a hill state. It is only valley part is a central valley. Central Valley is only 2,000 square kilometer, and out of 22,000 square kilometer, 20,000 square kilometer is belong to the hills. And Central Valley, Imphal Valley is in the middle of the southern mountains. Chochampur is not hills. Chochampur town is a valley. Out of 2.7 lakh population of Chochampur, 1.7 lakh population, two-thirds of the people live in the Chochampur Valley. So it's not about valley and hill versus. And all the hills are not only for Kuki inhabited, the Nagas are more inhabited. But in this book, they don't understand that whether the Kukis are, all the hills are for Kuki, so, but they are all equally saying that the hill is also like as ownership is only for the Kuki tribe. It's not. As we said that Manipur when Manipur was living as an independent country in this kingdom, there was no word tribe or non-tribe because these are new terms. These are the new terms actually imposed by the British, tribe and non-tribe. But earlier, the Maitai have been actually dependent on the forest. Like for example, the gas, the cylinder gas, cooking gas, it's only inventions of maybe 10 years or 20 years. But last 1,000 years, we depended on the firewood from the forest. So Maitai is the only community, they honor the forest, still preserving. They respect the forest, they pray, the hill, mountain, river. The Maitai is that the Sanamai religion, that is the kind of community. But how can they actually try to, restrict Maitai only in the Central Valley? It's not possible. So this law, the British tried to divide hill and valley, and the Indian, after the post-independent India also, they actually, instead of trying to, bring equality, they have actually laws for hill and valley. In fact, the Manipur is a hill state. So, and then it cannot be said that the hill areas should only be for the tribal and the Kuki. But this is indicative of saying that the hill should be only exclusive for the tribal Kuki. Then it is a blunder. It is a blunder. It actually gives, some kind of insecurity. This is something that the problem lies. Not only that, there are many, lacunas, the framework, the methodology, like they try to, justify the violence by saying that the Maitai community said that all the Kukis are foreigner. No, never. The Kuki who lived before 1951, they were very much part of Manipuri society. They quoted from the Facebook comment to prove that the Maitai thought that all the Kukis are the foreigner or narco-terrorism. No, narco-terrorism was used only in the context of those armed groups who had taken arms and they wanted to make a separate administration or union territory and attacking the particular community. And they involved with the narcotic drugs and so they are the group. So war is between. We don't think that all the every cookie is narco-terrorism or a problem because there are cookies who have been living in Manipur soil and they love Manipur as much as Maitai love. So this is where it also proves that in recent time that there was a meeting in Imphal. The people wanted to come back, live together, but the report doesn't need to reflect on this thing. So with all this important basic framework, uh, this books actually it's like written based on the one-sided, biased, politically motivated books. That is why we call that the pucl should withdraw this book and they should make a public apology to the people of Manipur because this is a time that every community sit together and for reconciliation and peaceful dialogue and not justifying and projecting one community as a perpetrator of crime and one community as a victim of the conflict. So this cannot be acceptable. That is the first introductory remark from my side. I would like to invite and they actually try to narrate the stories of the Kuki women being exploited even in the sexual violence cases, they always said that there was a rumor that the Maitai was raped, Muslim was raped. So they keep writing that there was a rumor, despite they knew from the testimony that the women was raped, gang raped by 5 people. They have all the evidence, they have the record, they have everything, but they don't want to write about those testimonies. And in their report, they said that the women filed a fire after 2 months. What is this? If they knew the facts of the gender rights, that if the women is being sexually assaulted, even in the office and everywhere, they can find anytime. But therefore have forgotten. It indicated that the woman who was crying by giving these testimonies was wrong. It was indicative that what the Maitai victim, that it was not matter. But when they tried to prove that the Maitais were hostile, they did this to the cookie, but Maitai, on that day we all knew that in Chochampu they attacked, the women were raped, only that the women she could not come out, that she was living in the relief camp, that she could not survive during that relief camp. That kind of trauma. She has lost everything, but it doesn't matter for them. So that is why we said that it was a deliberate, politicized and biased one-sided report. And they have. It's not about how many numbers. It's about the crime. Crime is crime. Crime is crime. The Maitai women, and again, the Maina Paibis were deliberately trying to, defend in this book. They repeatedly referred Maina Paibi because they have forgotten that Maina Paibi in Manipur, they are the forerunner of the women's movement in Manipur in the last 50 years when the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, the military came and they attacked the youths in Manipur. The Mairapai women's stores bearers came forward and they protected the people. But they deliberately tried to actually project the Mairapai in a different manner. And this is also condemnable. This we strongly condemn that in every word they don't know who are the Mairapaivis. Every women are not Mairapaivis. Mairapaivis have certain ideologies. Mairapaivis are those women who fought for the rights of the people. There are many women Mahila members of the BJP. BJP members are not Mairapaivis. Mairapaivis are neither they join any political party. They are the women's force of the Manipur. They fight for the rights of their own people. The Congress Mahila people are not Mairapaivis, but they actually don't understand, realize the meaning of Mairapaivis in this book. That is also Delhi Madhya Coordinating Committee strongly condemned, and they never scrutinize the Kuki women also. In a similar way, the Kuki women come forward when there is any operation by the military. Kuki women block the road, national highway. They block the security operation to save their own sons during the time. In a similar way, the mighty women come forward and try to save them because we already knew that Assam Rifles, the security forces, are siding with the Kuki armed militant. That is why women thought that if we do not come out, then our son will be killed. So that is why women were coming out. So instead of blaming the state and the central forces, they blame the Mera Paibi. They try to defend the Mera Paibi. So even we received many calls from the women's organization in Manipur, and they have also they feel that even they wanted to come to Delhi and tell in this press conference, but we have constrained. That is why, on behalf of the women's organization Mera Paibi and all the mothers of Manipur, we strongly condemn this statement. Try to actually book report written on the Mera Paibi. They should actually withdraw this.